Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the beats and bassline editor, and I'm going to start to arrange a little beat. Before I do that, I should probably explain that your time signature should be again in a 4/4. I don't know what I did there, so please forgive me. Let me fix that. Okay. So let me see. It'll look like this. This is one bar of music. Every four rectangles represents one beat. Okay, now not beat the way you hear it, but beat as the way that we count music. So this would be, let me lower this down because I don't want to blow your ears out. We can always put it up later. This is one, this is two, this is three, and this is four. So if I was to play this at this tempo, 140 beats per minute, you would hear doom, 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 doom. Let's listen. Okay, great. If I was to slow down my BPM, and I'll go over something about that in 1 second, and I push play, it's slower, much slower. Okay. There are ways to manipulate the speed of the beat based on kind of how it sounds according to the setting of the BPM, but we'll get into some of that later if you're making like trap music or some kind of indie or dance music with a really slow break, etc. Okay, so we'll get into that a little bit later, but for now I just want to kind of give you the structure and the basics so you could start banging away and seeing what you come up with. Now, me personally, I like to make my beats in 2 bar patterns because it allows for less work on my part, I feel as if. Um, and there's a change in every pattern. So instead of having to make two of these to have a change in the second one, I'm just going to go ahead and hit this plus sign here. Boom, it's going to give me double the amount of squares, and now that's 2 bars. So I should specify that a bar is 4 beats of music. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1 bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the second bar. So look at this. Okay, so hear this. 1 bar, 2 bar. Start again. 1 bar, 2 bar. Okay, so you get that. So I like to do 2 bars. Some people do 4 bars. Some people do 1 bar. But what you don't want to do is 3 bars or 5 bars. Okay, 1 bar is fine because 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 always equals out to a pretty even number that you can divide by 4. But when you start getting to 3 and 5, it starts getting confusing a little bit and a little messy. Okay, great. So on my beats and bassline editor, which is also called my step sequencer or my patterns, you may hear me refer to that once in a while like that. This is my play button, stop button. This is your patterns or beats and basslines. They start off the first one with 0, and as you add, it says beat bassline 1, beat bassline 2, etc. Here is how you would add a new beat and bassline. You would just click here and it will populate and take you to beat bassline 1, and you can populate that with different sounds if you wanted to, and I'll show you what I mean by that. This I believe is sample rack or track, which we probably will use later. But I love how this program handles samples. And you have here an automation button or automation setting. You have here the minus 1 bar, add 1 bar, or just copy everything you have here. So for example, if I only had 1 bar and I wanted exactly this on the next part of my second bar, I'll just hit duplicate, and now it gives me an exact mirror. Okay. Um, I don't want anything there now, but I do want 2 bars. So that would equal 32 little squares here. 1 bar would equal 16, and I'll show you how to use that a little better later. Okay, so over here, I'm going to go and select some sound instruments by clicking my sample button here. I know that I want a kick drum. I don't really care for the one that they gave me, so I'll get rid of it. I'm going to look for drums. I don't want drum synth, I want drum. So I'm going to go to my drum. Okay, just for the sake of this video, we're going to take that kick drum. I'm going to hit the plus sign. I want 2 bars. Then I want a snare or a clap. Sure, let's do that. And then I want a hi-hat, because what I'm trying to do is copy a drum set. Okay, I kind of do want another type of snare. Oh, side snicks. So first things first, how fast or slow do I want this to sound? Now, there's a way of manipulating the beat and making it sound slow, even though the settings are really fast, and that's called making the beat halftime. So maybe in another video I'll get into that, but for this I'm just want to show you how to get started, and I'm just going to make a pretty straight dance beat. Okay, not too fast. Let's go ahead and do 120. Okay, so I'm going to start off with populating the first button, second button, third button, fourth button, fifth button, sixth button, seventh button, eighth button. Now I know I said I wasn't going to use this, but we changed our minds. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do a pretty straightforward dance beat. Okay, so here we go. We have this. 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Okay, so now I'm going to add my snares. I know where they go. Just so you know, snares and claps, or claps replace snares, or they go together. You can put them both in the same song. Usually go on the 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now that's the beat that you want to focus on. Boom, cat, doom, boom, cat, doom, boom, right? And that cat is your snare or your clap. Now you can put others, but the main one should always go there first. Now, let's hear what we have so far. Nice. Okay, now my hi-hats, I'm going to just do the same thing I have there as my snares, but I'm going to add an extra one in between each one. Let's hear that. Okay, we're going to fill in a few more. Okay, very cool. Now I'm going to add some side sticks. You can add a snare, another instrument. You don't even need to add this. This is just my way of trying to create some little kind of like ghost beats or bounce into my track. So let's hear what we have. Let me try. I don't know what I'm doing right now. And that's the thing I wanted to show you. I don't have this board memorized. It's trial and error a lot of the time, and it will be, and that's okay. Okay, here we go. I don't think I'm hearing it, so I'm going to come over here to my channel. The green button symbolizes that it's playing, and or it's turned on at least, and taking it off makes it mute, so everything else plays except for that channel. And the red button here makes it solo, only this track plays and nothing else plays. Let's hear it. Okay, let's try something. All right, let's see this. I don't like that. Let me hear if I could do it here. Okay, let's try that. Here we go. I'm not sure if you can hear that. I'm going to pull back my claps a little bit so you can make room for other things. Nice. Okay, cool. So as you can see, we've already started and we have our first beat. We're in the full swings, okay? Now you can use a lot of different instruments and keep adding them here, or you can just play around with what you have here. Now, this is just how you get started making a beat. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to add on to the beat, how to create variations, and then how to make a song and export it as a song so you can listen to it in your car or in your headphones, on your phone, etc., away from your computer. All right? I hope you enjoyed that. Please practice what you have here, and we'll come right back and we'll go into a little bit more detail with this beat. Great. Thank you.